Hello. My name is Joe Pera, and don't worry, no one turned me into a cardinal fish. I just gave myself a bad haircut and prefer you watch this aquarium footage I had saved instead. Well, not so much saved as unused, much of it because it's too relaxing. Kind of reflects how I'm feeling right now, but it's also pretty calming to watch. Right? I figured that to not share it in times like these would be wrong, and so I assembled the best of it here for you. It's a little more casual than usual, but if just one nurse can come home and watch it to fall asleep, it'll be worth it. I mean, I can't think of a much better use for my footage of a clay pot. Or this coffee pot. And these trees. It's a shame that we couldn't find a place for them before now, but I have learned that people mostly want to watch shows about people. So I tried to respect that. Someday, though, I'll make a program with only trees. Maybe even start my own network, Tree TV. No people, just trees. Maybe every now and then we'd show an NBA game, but that's it. I can't be the only one who'd prefer to watch Old Chico, a 9,000-year-old spruce, after reading the news. The downside is that my network won't provide much opportunity for human actors, but as we reassess what is essential, I wonder if actors are. Well, there are definitely two. Ed Harris and Elizabeth Hurley. Last week, I watched Austin Powers for the first time in 10 years, and it holds up very well. A complete send-up of spy films, and one of the things that makes me laugh most. And Elizabeth Hurley is the perfect straight man to Austin Powers. She's one of the few people who can rein him in, and that is no small feat. Can you imagine if it were only Austin Powers? It would be chaos. A town where all the stoplights are green. Fun to imagine, but in real life, fatal. Also, she's one of the only people in the movie not played by Austin Powers. It's just too bad that in the second film, she turned out to be a fembot. It was distressing to me and made dating hard for a long time. Not the robot part, just imagine falling for someone who then tried to kill you. But instead of going down that path, why don't I give you some good news? Tree TV is considering a merger with Waterfall TV. And I'd say it's pretty likely, because I am the CEO of both. Look at this. Trees on the move. Just as I could endlessly look out a car window, I could endlessly watch this footage of looking out a car window. It's conducive to thinking. It helps the mind wander freely. I recently discovered a great simple recipe I'd like to share with you. It's called maple syrup toast. Basically, you take a slice of bread, toast it, and then cover it in real maple syrup. If you do it just right, it's better than a steak for me. Not only that, but you can eat it for up to 2 meals a day without getting sick. The syrup is energy. Just please don't eat it while you're driving. It's so good you might crash. Sometimes simple meals are the best. Like 2 apples. Me and my friends know this. You're a nice girl. There's some more footage of fish I'm excited to show you, but I wanted to show you this first. Not because my old idea to use empty baseball diamonds for outdoor church is more relevant than ever. It's just nice to watch the groundskeeper lay down the chalk lines. He's giving boundary to the boundaryless, and it's kind of comforting to watch in these times. Steady. Steady, steady. When we were learning geometry in 3rd grade, my teacher explained that unless it intersects with another line, a line will continue on indefinitely, even if the paper ends. With craft paper, pencil, and a little arrow, I could create something that continued forever. What incredible power for an 8-year-old. I don't know about you, but lately I've been doing a lot of sitting, so much that my back has begun to get sore. Stinks. I thought I was good at sitting. Despite all the sitting, I tried my best to stick to a routine. It's grid paper on which to sketch my days. Wake up, call all my uncles by 10 a.m. At noon, eat lunch to the sound of my refrigerator humming. Then do one of 3 things I meant to do. Eat dinner, then read or watch a Bull Bar movie and go to bed. The next day, I'll do it again. Sounds humdrum, but now, more than ever, my routine is what stands between me and the abyss. I learned this lesson when one evening I decided to stay up all night to see what would happen. Instead of going to bed on time, I drank a coffee after dinner and then watched 4 Bull Bar movies. It was great until the sun came up and I saw that there's nothing separating days but sleep. And though days have cycles and seasons have cycles, time is not a cycle for us, just a straight line. One that doesn't continue forever, but that's alright, because my routine helps me forget this. Anyhow, I've been taking a lot of comfort lately in the 2nd law of thermodynamics. Usually I don't, but right now, it's nice to know that all natural processes are irreversible and things are always moving forward. And while I'm not sure it's possible to affect things much, I've got hope that we can bump the path in a slightly better direction. There's a quote about how, over time, the direction of the moral universe curves towards justice. But that is not science, and my friend brought it up recently to suggest she didn't believe it. If that were true, she said, Henry Kissinger would be in jail. He's still alive, I said. There's still time. Positive thinking. What else are we supposed to do? What do you want me to tell you? I reached in explored a bit to find something that might be of use for us, and came back with Austin Powers. And you know what? Amen. I mean, same as you. I wish we could all see the world through the eyes of a poet. But you know, we had the chance. It was called Google Glass, and we took it for granted. That's a final joke for the nurses. Well, that was supposed to be the end. But I told them I've got more aquarium footage, so they asked me last minute to extend this. So, I guess I'll keep going. Look, that striped guy doesn't look like a strong swimmer. Ah, there he goes. Don't let your kids see. There's more than one Dory. I wonder if these fish feel a longing to be somewhere else. It's hard to tell if they're resigned or unconcerned. Their faces don't give much away. You see, I can't read that. It reminds me about a story I read. It's called Axolotl and is about a man who becomes an axolotl. If you don't know what one looks like, it's like this. In the story, he goes and stares at it in the eyes every day at the zoo until one day they suddenly change places. I've only read a little bit of Kafka, but I think that would be considered Kafkaesque because that's what they say when a human turns into an animal. It's based on his story, The Bug. Beauty and the Beast? Kafkaesque. The story contained perhaps the best description of a lizard I've ever read. I saw the rosy little body, translucent, ending in a fish's tail of extraordinary delicacy. And then I discovered its eyes, its face. Inexpressive features with no other trait save the eyes, two orifices like brooches, wholly of transparent gold, lacking any life but looking, letting themselves be penetrated by my look. Julio Cortázar. I'm not sure if I understood all of it, but at the beginning, the narrator thinks they are immortal seeming and wise in their stillness, but then he becomes one and realizes that they don't move because they're just trapped in a tank, also trapped in lizard bodies. They can think like humans but can't talk because they're lizards. Kafkaesque. Seems like we've now got an animal theme going, so I asked my friend Otis if we could borrow some of his clips. In 2012, he went to Japan and fed the monkeys apples and peanuts. Otis told me that the fences here enclose the humans, not the animals. It's interesting. I gotta admit, I'm a little bit jealous. But as we know, you don't need to leave the country to feed apples to an animal. Plus, my horse friend Emma can eat 100 times more apples than those guys. Proves my theory. Everyone loves apples. Horses, turtles, chinchillas, koi poo, and on and on. Apples are the connection between species. Before you write this off as straight pandering or too cute, know that many of these animals may be trying to get drunk. A lot of species seek out apples that have been on the ground long enough to ferment. They'll eat them and get a little intoxicated. Imagine driving home on a Friday night and getting stuck behind a herd of sheep that has eaten too many fermented apples. All right, I have a question for you. At this moment, if you could be anywhere in the whole world, where would you be? Anywhere. Are you serious? Taking a summer boat ride through downtown Milwaukee? That's incredible, because I've got a whole sequence of just that. Don't ask me how I knew. I set it to a song by my friend Owen. Hope you brought your own beer. This is actually Marquette. Just thought it looked nice. All right. Take care and good night.